Introducing Support Series 3, Verb Tenses in English, Video 3, Present Perfect Tense, How and When to Use it. Now that the present simple and the present simple continuous have been discussed, let's move on to the present perfect tense. Please note that just watching these videos won't get you to improve upon your verb tenses. You'll actually need to be practicing this actively, but these videos will help you get through some theoretical background on verb tenses specifically to help you get started and to point you in the right direction. So a frequently asked question is, do we only use the present perfect simple to indicate unfinished actions? And what about finished actions? And what about the difference between been and gone? What is the difference in meaning? This video consists of 4 parts. First of all, we're going to look at the present perfect simple form. Then in part 1, we're going to focus on positive statements. Moving on to negative statements in part 2. Then in part 3, questions, and in part 4, when to use this verb tense. Let's go. So the purpose of this video is to refresh your memory when it comes to the present perfect simple form and usage. Present perfect simple, the basics, a focus on form, have, and the past participle. Please note that the past participle is a form of the verb that typically ends in ed in English, and it's used in forming perfect and passive tenses. When it comes to past participles, we've got the regular ones ending in ed, like typed and carried. Note that sometimes spelling differs. And we've got the irregular forms, so consult the irregular verbs table that consists of at least 50 verbs, and examples of which are been, done, and known. Note that the present perfect simple is formed with have or has plus past participle. Moving on to part 1. Present perfect simple, a focus on form, positive statements, and contracted forms. Present perfect simple. I have written, I've written. You have walked, you've walked. He has done, he's done. She has completed, she's completed. It has rained, it's rained. We have been, we've been. They have seen, they've seen. Some examples and positive statements. I've submitted that paper. It has snowed this winter. They have slept all night. Next, present perfect simple and negative statements and contracted forms. I have not written. I've not written. You have not walked. You've not walked. He has not done. He's not done. She's not done. She's not done. It has not rained. It's not rained. We have not been. We've not been. They have not seen. They've not seen. Some examples of the present perfect simple and negative statements. I haven't submitted that paper yet. We haven't been yet. It's not worked properly so far. Part 3. Present perfect simple, a focus on form, questions. Present perfect simple enclosed questions. Have I missed my connection? Have you visited Vancouver? Has he worked as a clerk before? Has she met Suzanne? Has it been hot this week? Have we arrived too late? Have you been there before? The present perfect simple in open questions. Why have I missed my connection? When have you visited Vancouver? When has he worked as a clerk? Where has she met Suzanne? And why has it been hot this week? What have we done? So like I mentioned at the start of this video, you will need to practice this to be able to start mastering it. So take a course with us, or let us develop a tailor-made language and communication course for you. Alright, so let's move on to the next part of this video. Part 4. Present perfect simple usage. When to use the present perfect simple tense and why. So it is used to talk about how long something has been going on. So for unfinished business, for example, we commonly use that with time indicators like since and for. An example of that would be, first of all, I've known Claire since 2014, or 2014 if you will. Second one, she's lived in Utrecht for 2 years. It is also used to talk about life experiences, and we often use that with time markers like ever and never. So for example, I've been to Thailand. It is also used to talk about present results. For example, I've lost my job, so I can't pay the rent. Or I've not passed my thesis requirements, so I can't graduate timely. The present perfect simple is also used to talk about recent events that affect our current state of affairs, and it's used with just, yet, already, and recently. For example, the economic downturn has resulted in a drop in spending across most branches of industry, causing a recession. So the final usage is to discuss something that is relevant at this moment of speaking. So it's used with time indicators like this week, today, this month, and this year. For example, I haven't seen her at all this year. In this video, we focused on the present perfect simple and its form and usage. Up next, more videos on verb tenses in English. Please note that you can subscribe to stay updated on all things English for specific and academic purposes. So new videos will be published shortly. So if you'd like to learn how to start using them well, and if you'd like to practice them, take a course with us or let us develop a tailor-made training service for you to make sure that you won't waste any time and money in the long run. Well, that concludes our video, but we'd love to hear from you too, so please comment below and share your experiences. If this video was useful for you, please like it and subscribe to my channel.